Well, hello and welcome to this latest video. In this video, we're going to look at the NetBeans templates and how we can change them. Now, we're not going to change all of them. We're only going to do the license and one or two because it involves using various different programming languages which we haven't looked at. So let's get started. So we have NetBeans open. If you click on Tools and then click on Templates. Now the first one that you want to change is the licenses. Now templates are very good because you can create your own templates whenever you like, and then you can save them as a template. I will show you that a bit later on. But for now, what we want to do is we want to change the default license to something that's suitable for you. So first of all, open it in Editor. Okay, now it will appear in the editor file, and what I've done is I've actually got some of my own on a different screen. Now this is a sort of markup language. License first. If it's found, then put it in. If it isn't found, then don't put it in. And then license prefix. We can have as many of these as we like for each line that we want. I do recommend that you keep it small and so on. And at license last, if it exists, then put it in. Now usually for license first and license last, these are the commenting characters for the particular language. Okay, so you don't usually change those. Now for example, my default license, let's do that, would be and I would give so that would be a default license. Now all we have to do is to save it as a template is quite literally press save, and that's it. Now if we use the this in any of our templates, then that's what it's actually going to print. Okay, so the languages we're going to use are HTML, and we're going to use PHP, and those are the main ones. So the HTML file, if you click on HTML5 JavaScript, come to HTML and click Open in Editor, you'll get a basic file. Now first of all, it gives you the doc type, which is good. Don't worry about what any of this means because we'll come to that in a moment. Okay, so here you can see license first, and it's been set to the comment opening character. Then we've got license prefix, and it just works through as many license prefixes as you've got and puts them in. And then we've got license last, which is the comment closing character. Okay, so that's all you need to do to actually put a template in. But one of the things I do like to do is actually state where the file is. Now for HTML, this isn't really necessary, but I tend to use it in PHP quite a lot. Sorry, trying to do two things at once, talking and so to do that, we enter the comment character, and I shall paste in, and we'll come down to the next line and close the comment. This is because we're going to put something else in here. Okay, so end of file and name and ext what this means is it's the name of the file with the extension. So if it's called index.htm, then it'll put index.htm. If it's index.html, it'll put index.html. Whatever you save the file as when you create it. Okay, and what I also do is I specify the location, because not all the files are in the root web directory. So we need to tab in to make it look nice and tidy. Oops, one too far. And so here you can see I've put in folder 1. We need to manually change that, and then it gives the file name and extension. So all we have to do is, when we create the file, is change that so we know which one it's in. So that's the basic one to do it. It's quite easy. You can change a lot of difference. You can see we've got character encoding. We've got the license path if it's given, and we've got the doc type and things like that. So we've got quite a few variables that you can use. Now, if you want to see the list of variables, then there is a list, and it's at wiki.netbeans.org, FAQ template variables, and it gives you a list here. Now, what it also does is actually give you a way of getting the year. Now, this is very useful if you want to do, for example, copyright. Now, if you remember, in the license, we did the copyright and we actually put in a static. Okay, just sorry about that. I just save it as is, so template. And if we come to licenses and we come down to the default license, open it, editor. Okay, so it's not going to save it unless I do 8. Okay, not to worry. Okay, so the default license. Now here we've got copyright 2018, but say we want to actually create this date so it's variable. We don't have to change it every time. We can use the code that they've given on. Come on, thank you. So we need to change the setting locale. If you come right to the top and put the setting locale in, I'm GB, so ENGB. If you're in America, it'd be EN_US. If you're in a different country, for example France, it would just be FR. If you're wanting French France, it'd be FR_FR, that type of thing. So you just need your locale. Okay, and then we need to have this part here, Control C, and instead of 2018 we put in that date string there. And what this has done is that we don't have to manually update the copyright. So we will save that, and when we actually create a new file, what will happen is when it puts the license details in, it'll automatically put the correct year in. Okay, so let's have a look at the PHP one. So let's come down to the PHP file and open in editor. Now we'll do others later. This is just to show you the basics one. As you can see, it's set up as PHP right at the very beginning. Okay, and it's using the PHP comment characters here. So again, I've actually got some information. Now what I tend to do is I also put in some information about the file. Okay. I then put in another comment. Okay. And then finally I put in the name and the location of the file. Okay. So there we go. And so that is where my how I do my PHP vanilla PHP files. So it always has a license at the top, and then it tells me what date I created it, who created it, and this time it's me, the title, i.e. the name of the file, and at the bottom it reminds me it's the end of the file. Okay, so how do you tell the system that you're you? Very interesting. So actually let me just close these because we don't need them anymore. So if you go to Tools and Templates, okay, and you come down to Settings, okay, you get a User Properties one. And quite simply, all you have to do is put your details here. Okay. So for example, my name's John Lavelle, and I want http:// Okay, and so if I save that, that's my user properties saved. Okay, so that's how you modify templates. To create a template, it's actually quite easy. Okay, to start a template file, because I don't have any projects or anything like that, I'm going to have to go into Documents, www, 3 W's, 4 W's, oops, okay, my fault. Okay, and we will touch HTML full.html and press enter. So we now have an empty file in the system. So if we click on open file and we go to documents, www, we have an empty file, and as you can see there's absolutely nothing in it. So now we can actually start creating a template. So we're going to do this as an HTML file. We're going to try and create that. So first of all, I'm going to copy and paste some of the code that I already have for this. Okay, so as you can see, I've decided to put doctype HTML in, and we're creating the header. Now this is default. I'll put this in a gist so you can actually copy and paste if you wish. Okay, now there's a couple of things that I'm going to leave out at the moment, but most of this will be useful. Okay, so I'm just copy and paste. Okay, and at the end. Okay, so as you can see, I've actually put the license at the end rather than at the beginning for this, and we've changed some of the code. Now I'm ENGB. You will change this for your own particular settings, whichever you want to do. Okay, so enter your country code in there. Now as you can see, it's not nicely formatted, so we'll format that by pressing Alt, Shift and F, and as you can see, it's formatted everything very nicely. If we save it, okay, we come into Tools, Templates, and here, okay, we can add a new template. So if we come to Documents, www, and we'll double click on it, and as you can see, because we'd highlighted HTML5 JavaScript, it's actually put it in here. So that's how you do it. You can rename it, so we can do is it upper or lowercase for the other ones? Yes, it is. HTML full. Okay, so we've given it a nice name, and that's all there is to it. I hope you found that interesting. My name's John. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.